Right. Click next. If they meet those two conditions, we're going to grant them access. We can add EATP type, then you also have to add it to your client. We're just going to stick to the default, Microsoft Chat. We're not going to dictate any timeout, anything like that. Time of day. All this is fine. Again, if you want to be more secure, you can throw an IP table, IPsec. But just give an idea of what VPNs are. Click finish. So our NPS is done. I'm going to move on to my eDNS. It won't work right now, but I'm gonna, because this is not registered on the internet, right. I'm gonna put in this IP. Because remember, that IP will send it into here. Okay, same drill. IP settings, host name, reboot. Click OK. Change my host name. So when it comes up, we're going to add another role. Now, because this is not integrated in an Active Directory, we have to add all those records manually. We're going to add a role, DNS, and let it install. Our forward lookup zone. It's going to be the same namespace as our internal zone, but this will be used for outside clients. Click Next. It's going to create a text file. We're not allowing dynamic DNS because this is going to be exposed to the internet. Finish. Unlike Active Directory zones, we have to manually fix this name record in SOA. So I'm going to fix my NS record first. I'm just going to double click on it. There's the record I have to fix. Then we'll click Edit. And it's going to be ferris.com. And the IP address is going to be what? Public IPs. Everything will be public. It won't validate. Don't worry about that. Because from the outside, that will be our public address. That will be the IP of the DNS server. And then that router is going to send it into us. Then we're going to go to the start of authority. Want me to go back? And you're going to put in your IP. And for our SOA, we're going to put in just ferris.com. And this is the email address, but you don't put the @ symbol. The @ symbol has a special meaning in that text file. Click OK. Let's go and do our reverse. So guys, so we don't include the subnet that's our external DNS servers are on. We're going to put in 10, 13, 14. Because our DNS servers that we're going to use are 10 on the 10, 13, 12 or 2 subnet. So I don't want to include those. Again, fix the NS record, fix the SOA record. Ferris.com 10.13.14.1. You put in your IP. Under start of authority, Ferris.com, Ferris.com. Guys, in real life, don't put your real email address that you use every day. Set one email address up because it will get a lot of spam. Now we need to add our records. Let's create a record for this machine. Yep. Go back. Okay, and we're going to create, guys, do you want to create aliases, canonical names, or do you want to create new host records? Okay, we're going to do, well, a canonical name is just a link to another name. So if you have 3 names for one IP, then you can just set up aliases. They just kind of point to the other host record. If the IP changes, you only have to change it once. Where a host name is just a brand new host record, even though it's the same machine, just a new name pointing to the same IP. So I'm going to create a new alias. And it's going to be VPN, and it's going to point to cs01-vm3.ferris.com.
Which one is your VM3? Which computer? Isn't that the external DNS?
Well, yeah, but look right here. VM3 is my machine, is the external DNS. Guys, just to be consistent with the internet, all name servers are called NS1, NS2, NS3. And this is going to be for cs01vpn3.ferris.com. Click OK. Okay, guys, we don't have a pointer record here. So if we go to Ferris.com, double click this CS01 VM3, just check this box. It will create a pointer record for you. I've just double clicked my host record. Double click my host record, check the box, click OK. When I go to my reverse and hit refresh, it'll be there. Guys, I want to show you something. You don't need to do this. I'm going to show you how when the book is talking about if your DNS server is insecure, I'm going to go to NS lookup. And I'm going to try to do a zone transfer. I'm going to point to this server here. 0.0.1. I'm going to point to my own machine as my DNS server. So I'm going to do list domain Ferris.com. I get a refusal. I'm going to right click this, go into properties, then under zone transfer. Right now I'm allowing no one to grab my data except for members on this name server tab. So the only person who could do a zone transfer is myself. But what if I set it up to any server? Then I try to do I can get every record for my network. If that was your internal machine, and this is kind of using Linux type terminology, list, domain, then Farish. There's my start of authority. That's one machine I want to hack. There's my NS record, which happens to be my SOA. Here is an A record for this machine. If I had 10 other A records, those are 10 other machines I can start hacking. They can get a pretty good map of your network. So try to avoid allowing zone transfers. When the book in that chapter refers to an insecure DNS server, that's what they're talking about. They haven't,
So by default, it's on automatic.
right, and they haven't released an insecure DNS server since '95. But they're still bringing it up to make sure you don't do it. Okay? Click OK. So our external DNS server is none. If we wanted to test it, I can do, guys, since I turned that back off, I get a refusal again. If I did a vpn.ferris.com, come back with my public IP. If I did an ns1.ferris.com, it comes back with my public IP. So let's go to our web server. Is everyone getting results under NS lookup?
The VPN is supposed to bring up your public IP.
Right. Or did you type in server loopback? Type in server, then your loopback. So you test against this machine. Because by default, you'll be testing against your internal. Guys, I cannot tell you how useful this utility is, NS lookup. NS lookup and ping. Okay, guys, before we move on to our, put a forwarder on our external DNS server. So on our external DNS server, I'm going to highlight my server. Double click forwarders. I'm going to click edit. I'm going to add 10.13.2.5, 10.13.2.7. Click OK. Click OK. So if your DNS server, if your external DNS server doesn't know the answer, it's going to go out to those. You shouldn't really contact a root server. You should always point to your ISP. So the last server of the night, Linux. Last time we set this up only as a web server, and the last time we saw Linux, we set it up as a proxy server. This time we're going to set it up as a web server and a proxy server. We're going to use Squid. So we're going to open up the terminal, and we're going to grant roots. We're going to grant students sudo access first. A switch user space hyphen to sign in as root. Huh? Yeah, but let me do the sudo first, just to get so I don't have to teach everyone VI. We're going to edit sudors. I'm going to tell you the exact keystrokes. Some of the keys that we type won't show up on your screen. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to hit / will. That's a group. That's going to do a search of will. It's going to find the first occurrence of will. So right there, it's on this line. That's not the line we need. We need to go down one line and go all the way to the beginning of that line. And we need to press XX. And that will delete 2 characters. Colon W bang. Colon Q. I'll come to you. Just a backslash. It's not going to show up. You don't have to be anywhere when you type. I've got backslash. Sorry, forward slash. Okay, go down one line. No option. Colon W. Yes, 1723. Go edit Etsy sysconfig IP tables. Copy the. Okay, guys, we need to user mod -g will student. Uh, 1723, I thought. Right, and also do a line for port 82 while you're there. Add 2 lines. One for 80, one for... No, I'm thinking of PPTP, because we just did that. You're right.
Okay, so we do the one for 40, and then we do one for 3128, so
Right.
we'll listen to the Proxy.
You're opening that port up. Okay, now guys, we can type exit to close this out. And because we've added ourselves to a new group, we have to log out and log back in.
After I do that, should I restart my computer service and reboot?
Oh no, you don't need to restart it if you're going to do a reboot. The reboot will restart it. I want to open up a terminal. Guys, where I type VI, you type gedit. Sudo VI Etsy sys config network hyphen scripts if you know VI or you want to use Nano or something else, go ahead. Yeah, so where I put VI, you put gedit. Has anyone used gedit? It's an awesome text editor. There's a site called Pimp My Gedit. All kind of things you can do with it. You can install it on Mac or Windows. Also, you can get Notepad++ for Windows. That's an awesome text editor.
Yeah, there's still something I'm missing. Because it's not denied. No way for you to do it.
I'm going to hit enter. You got it, Brian? Are you with me?
I'm still waiting for it,
Did you reboot or did you log off?
I rebooted.
Oh, we logged off.
Okay.
Okay. I'm waiting for you. Yeah, if you're just changing group membership, you don't have to.
Oh, I see.
Sudo space gedit space / etc / sysconfig sysconfig / network hyphen scripts plural / ifcfg. Am I going too fast?
No, you're going.
Okay. CFG hyphen ET80. Then type my password. Guys, I'm going to do Chris's fix. I'm going to Preferences, Keyboard, Mouse keys, uncheck that. Press the number lock on and off. Please don't forget this boot proto. Okay, that's okay. I'll come back. That looks good. Hit up arrow once. Hit enter. I type in the password. I'll type in the password. Okay. Okay. So SU space hyphen. Enter. Okay. PA11WRD. I was just typing cat space /etc /group space pipe, which is this character here, space grep red space will. Okay, I need to type in user mod space uppercase -G uppercase G. You've got the dash in front of it. Dash. Space student. Exit, log off. Sorry, I forgot something. Will space.